Vladimir Putin and Russia making some very interesting comments. They say if the U.S. deploys intermediate-range missiles in Europe, that Moscow will respond by stationing weapons aimed not only against missiles themselves, but also at command and control centers from which a launch order would come. So not just from the facility or the launch pad, but from wherever they assume the orders are being barked out from. The warning came from Putin himself. And he says this as the United States is planning to withdraw from this INF treaty. This is a Cold War era agreement between Washington and Moscow that had banned both sides from having these ground-based cruise and ballistic missiles or to develop any relevant technology connected to it. The U.S. is set to be fully withdrawn from this within the next 6 months. And this opens the possibility, once again, of deploying these missiles across Europe. And Russia says that they would see that as a major threat and they would respond with its own deployments. Of course, they keep talking about this hypersonic new missile that can't be stopped and all this other stuff. But now they're saying that intermediate range missiles that were banned and removed from Europe because they would leave a very short window of opportunity for the other side to decide on whether to retaliate or not. All that's going back on the table, basically. And it poses a threat of an accidental nuclear exchange that's triggered by a false launch warning. Because they're saying the officer in charge would have no time to double check. They're saying that Russia will be forced to create and deploy weapon systems which can be used not only against the territories from which this direct threat would be projected, but also against those territories where the decisions are made and the decision centers are located, for which in order to carry those shots out would go. So he's basically saying they're going to target high command centers. He did not elaborate on whether, if they did this, this would be in Europe or on American soil. None of that was mentioned. But he basically says they're going to target command centers from here once this is all off the table. So the breakup of this treaty is symbolizing something, a big shift out here on the world stage. Going to break this down even more this Friday night. Make sure to join us for Underground World News Live, 8 p.m. Eastern, Dabu77. And also make sure to join me on Twitter for the latest breaking updates as well. Links below. Much love, y'all.